as a board, we try to have somebody come to staff development days just to kind of see the quality of what's being done. We get quite a lot of feedback from staff on the training that they're given and how relevant it is to helping them improve their instructional practices. We're a policy governance district, and one of our policies to the superintendent is we do expect them to provide, relevant, good staff development to help with student achievement.
What have you heard here today, and in terms of what do you think you want your teachers to leave with, what will help them?
We hope that they'll understand that all of these initiatives that are coming from the state level, the national level, and from the board and the superintendent kind of all tie together to help with student achievement, and that they're not individual silos that need to be focused on individually, but hopefully to understand how they all come together for the one goal.
Okay. Now, as you think about Senate Bill 191, now it's going to get implemented in Durango. Where's your state of mind right now on this, and where do you think you need to go?
I think it's been a real revolution as far as the ways teachers and administrators. I think it's important to emphasize that 191 isn't just for teachers, it's for administrators. We as a board are trying to use it when we evaluate the superintendent at looking at student achievement as part of the picture. I think it's really important that you need to recognize it's not a gotcha type piece of legislation, although I think there was some people that voted for it because of that. But we really see it as a way to get our principals and building administrators in the classrooms more often than they did before, to really help teachers understand how they can improve their practices, and superintendents to be able to help principals improve their practices, and hopefully boards to have superintendents improve their practices.
What's the importance of getting teachers out of the classroom and getting administrators out of their building for a day to come together to have a common, growth session like this?
Again, like I commented before, I think there's some feelings that all these initiatives don't lead to the same path, and that a day like this, bringing these people in, really helps the district focus on kind of how everything's working together for student achievement.
Okay, final question I have for you is just because I don't talk to many board members, what do you see the board's role in pushing the quality of instruction and what your teachers do and your principals do on a daily basis? What's the board's role in making all that happen?
What's the board's role? Really watching the superintendent. We find policy governance confusing to the public, but really helpful for us because we really try to focus on student achievement and achieving the district's mission, which is getting everybody ready for college, work, career, readiness paths. And kind of data shows us that we're not doing as good a job at that as we should be. Dan shared with us staff this morning that half of our high school graduates really aren't ready for college, and to some extent you can say they're not ready for the military because the military's got very high standards as well. So it's not a college for all mentality anymore, but I think it's a recognition that everybody needs to be able to read and write at a proficient level when they leave high school, just to be ready for life.
Talking about the opportunities for school boards and districts and CEA to come together, and how 191 has helped that.
Yeah, one thing 191 seems to have done is making everybody kind of reevaluate their positions on things. And a lot of the adversarial relationships that were there in the past seem to be dissipating as we all kind of recognize that we need to look at student achievement as part of an evaluation process. What we did today here wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. Whereas it's been really exciting to have CEA and DEA, our own local group, be part of this training and selecting who comes, sending a group of staff up to Denver to get this training initially and having them come back excited to do it for the entire staff, not only for 9R, but other districts in Southwest Colorado has been really beneficial. In the last couple of years, we merged two BOCES down here in Southwest Colorado to help us take advantage of synergies that we can as a group of 15 to 20,000 students versus just 5,000 students. There's a lot of economies of scale. That's why other districts are part of the training here today, so that it's a regional effort. We're also a pilot group in the 191, and so I think are a little bit ahead of some districts in the state in that we piloted principal evaluations last year, and we're working on teacher evaluations this year, so that we really should be ready to go for implementation in 13 and 14.
So does all of this help you build trust as you think about, especially your local education association and the board and the district, you know, working on something like 191 together? Talk about that trust element.
I think that's been really important, because the initial reading from teachers was 191 was a gotcha, and we're going to really get rid of teachers that aren't doing well, whereas we're really trying to take it as a way to find out what teachers need in additional training to make them better, with the idea that we've got a great staff and we can make them even better.